Good day, my friends. Welcome back to Velaya. Once again, I was tinkering with stuff just to try and figure out any way to improve the frame rate, and I really just cannot find anything. A big problem, from what I understand, is that, especially with ATI video cards, they don't tend to interpret Gothic 1 or 2 as a 3D application or something like that. It's really technical stuff that I don't understand too well, but the bottom line is the drivers don't really seem to apply. Well, this gentleman's robes got a little funky for a minute. Really does not allocate the resources that Gothic 2 really needs. It, for some reason, just doesn't realize how much power this game really takes. Not that it's a whole lot, but the game just does not really offer anywhere close to that. Is this Mr. Gerbrandt, sir? No, I don't know where Gerbrandt went. I don't know if he's back in his old place now. I can't remember. It's quite possible. Maybe he has a job for us later on, but yeah, so there's just not really much I can do. Right now it's at 22, which is really not remotely what I want. Now it's at 28. It tends to hang around 30, but dips quite a bit once I start fraps, so it's not very good. What's really kind of a bummer about it too is that
Da ist nichts zu holen.
The first Gothic does have a mod that unlocks the frame rate, and I tested it for a short while with fraps on, and it seemed to hang constant at about 60 frames, which, you know, is kind of like ideal. It's kind of the max it gets, at least on my system. I know sometimes you can get like a monitor or something that can go up to 120 frames or some shit like that, but man, you can't even see that fast. But I don't know, I've done some looking. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of mod or fix like that for this game, so that's what we're stuck with. Hey, Lobart. Are you the peasant here? The owner of this land? What do you want? What can you tell me about the goblins? Guard told me that you have problems with goblins. These little beasts have already stolen 3 of my sheep in broad daylight, almost beaten my shepherd Malith half to death. He barely has the courage to return to the feedlot. Just talk to him, and take an army with you in case you plan to proceed to the east. I have my own army, but thanks for the advice. Oh, you're a cocky young woman. I just want to look around here. I thought that you were looking for work. Do you have any work that needs to be done? Vino has buggered off, leaves me with much to do. Turnip field needs to be cleared of weeds. Oh, a twist in the old classic Gothic task. How about me helping you with the weeds? Get rid of it. Satisfaction of a hard day's work is not satisfaction enough. You're not in need of decent clothing, more like an adventurous. When those hooded fellows were hanging around, I sharpened our sickles. I really got the knack of it. I could improve your weapon. Sounds like a plan, my man. So in the first Gothic, we had to harvest turnips. In the second one, we have to de-weed the turnip field. So you see, it's not all the same. Much originality. Alright, so, was that all of them? That quick? Nah, we got more. They're a lot harder to see than the turnips are. So, last episode, or a couple of episodes, would have been pretty boring. Mateo wants those plates, rosewood, yeah. There's a lot of stuff we could go ahead and do. What is this again? Alright, we'll look for that later. The primary quest is the goblins. I believe that's the major quest of this chapter. It's a bit interesting the way they do it. The chapters are not... The main quest for the chapter is not always story related. Not related to the overall story. It's really just a... I don't know, something to give Velaya the adventure she dreams of. And in this case, it's an army of goblins that need to be dealt with. So we can try taking care of that now. It's a bit interesting how this quest works out. I quite like it. I've cleared the weeds. Why are my weapons gone? Okay, now we have to wait for this whole animation, but he took our weapon and is going to sharpen it. I cannot remember if we can do this again later. If we can't, that's actually kind of a bummer, because I do not plan on really having this weapon for much longer. And... sharpen the weapon a bit. You can't tell by the looks, but it is improved indeed. Alright. Damage has increased. Alright, so it doesn't actually show it, but it is supposed to have increased by 5 damage points. Let's see if his wife needs any. Actually, there's probably still a... yep, there's a coin purse in here. Might as well have at it. Okay. We have a lot of weeds now. I don't know if those are even worth anything. That's swamp weed. Well, I just ate one. I don't need the rest. Can't be sold for anything. I don't think they restore any health. Worthless. Yo, you got anything for us? She has work to do. Come back later. Alright, well, do your work. I'm just gonna rob yous. Nothing special anyway. One thing I just sort of thought of when I was playing Gothic again, which I'm just doing for fun, for my own time. I actually do kind of like the controls. Just the way the controls work. Because I like the number of actions it gives you for any one thing. Like, you have a weapon, instead of being forced into this, you could... well, that's apparently jump. If we were to change it back to the Gothic 1 controls... where's choose where? It's right here. Change this back to Gothic 1 controls. We get these attacks now, which you can sustain forever without moving from place. The only problem with it... you know what? I'm just gonna rock this for a while. I want to see if I enjoy it more. I just feel like the controls were way too unresponsive in the first Gothic for that really to work as well as it could have. And that's part of the reason why everyone hated it. There's King Sorrel. Someone told me that that would show up there in Gothic 2, the vanilla game, after you talk to Zurus, who tells you how Constantino looks for his herbs. But what I actually asked about was there was supposed to be a goblin berry somewhere around here that I remember picking up on more than one occasion, but I have not seen. And there it is! Why can I never find this? That's what I was talking about. I could not find that last time I played, but like once in a blue moon I will find it. Alright, so that's that. What are you doing out of the kitchen? That sounded unbelievably sexist, and I very much apologize for saying that. I don't usually see her out of the house. Man, so many sheep. Let's talk to... What was his name? Malith. Why is this shepherd... The name of the two shepherds in this game sound almost the same. There's Malik and Malith. Alright, so... Whoa. She's a woman of versatile talents. The Gothic 1 controls are not 100% the same. It seems to only apply to combat. Yeah, because all actions otherwise are the same. It's just combat that you have to worry about. But I'm just wondering, can you track? The biggest problem. So it does track them. I have to try it against an actual enemy because I don't want to kill this sheep and piss off everyone. Alright, talk to me. Are you hurt? Lobart says the goblins almost struck you to death. Just a flesh wound, but it's not normal for these little bastards. A dozen or more of them attacked me while the others drove away the sheep. The beast collaborated. Some of the sods even slopped around the inner shrine and watched away. That doesn't sound like any goblins I know. As if they suddenly have a leader. You should take an army with you in case you travel to the east. Alright, alright. And stop being such a narcissist. So what? It's just what I want to know is yeah, I can't really seem to turn, but maybe it'll autofocus on an enemy so I can track them while I am attacking. I guess now it's a good time to find out. Bloodflies are notorious for that. They buzz around you, and in Gothic 1 it was hard to follow them. Where are you going? That didn't help too much. It's just like when they strafe around you, that's when it became really tough in Gothic. But I gotta remember that I can't block these. This control scheme will probably make me too used to that. I gotta learn how to take skins. Actually, I don't know. That is a number of orcs. So it'd be very unwise to go down there. Well, here's a lone goblin. And you are dead. Alright, now what you gotta be careful about here. There's a goblin who you're supposed to be able to talk to. And obviously your first reflex when you see a goblin, even though he has a name, your first instinct would obviously be to go kill him. But he is actually invincible. If you try to kill him, you're just in for a bad time. Because he's gonna kill you instead. Well, I find those that cannot die are very tough to kill. Who'da thunk? But he is approachable, as you can see. Human female, you're right on cue to get scorm. You seem to think I'm your soup vegetable. Wait, what? Balls, I don't talk prior to my food. The bosses want to see human. You're going to the bosses since you're one of them. What business have the bosses with a human? They'll you by themselves. What? I'll accompany you if I get back here unharmed. Hurry up. Now, it is my experience that if you do not keep up with him, the other goblins will attack you. And I don't think he stops, so you really have to keep as close as possible. I guess he does stop, but I think if you take too long, then the others will start to suspect you of treachery. At that point, you're surrounded by a veritable army of goblins. Many of them are very tough goblins, warriors and black goblins and such. A lot of them are just holding mandibles for some reason. Also, I would probably not get too close to them. I don't know if they're territorial. Trying to walk between them. That one, yeah, that's kind of a threatening posture there. I did not like that. Where did Gitscorm go? Oh. I ran right past him. That's a bit dangerous. Pardon me, gentlemen. Ooh. Well, there's one of Lobart's sheep, and there's a fish. So Zardas's tower seems to be the harem of goblins now. Gobsnob, Wuzguz, and Prazdnik. Alright, he will wait there. He'll probably guide us back out when we meet, after we meet with the bosses. I don't know if these guys... You chill? I don't know if these guys are gonna attack me if I try to steal anything. Would make sense. Goblins don't take kindly to their stuff being filched. But... seems okay. Pardon me, gentlemen. All the plants are gone. Or most of them. There's just a couple here. So there's no host of rare plants for us to just harvest off the table. A couple gold coins still chilling around, but I'm not even really going to bother to pick them all up. Alright, so the goblin bosses are upstairs. Follow the trail of sheep bodies. Oh, excuse me, my good man. Heavy branch, fish, goblin. Hello, bosses. As a human with all his body parts complete. Only because I went and sent Gits. Showing off again, you bag of blood flies, because my boys would have had your little kitties for breakfast. Oh boy. Rat Tail should give it a try. I'll see how real warriors fight. Alright guys, I'm not here to listen to your dick measuring contest. How about you just talk to me? Would let anyone talk to me either? Ah yes, the thievery. This is about the whole lot of you. Someone nicked something from us. Something, he means. If we don't get it back, there'll be war. War, understand? Granting you 5 sinks of the yellow plate. Meaning 5 days. If you're not back by then, you're in trouble. Tell me what has been stolen and by whom. Isn't that clear? The humans have no idea. The sanctities, the holies of the whole of goblin kind. Some big soft cheese has taken them. They ran like Billy O for my boys into that town. Because your boys can't run like real goblin warriors can. Oh, shut up, would you? Just tell me what you're missing, where I can find it. Could you perhaps be a little more concrete? Kardenik's rotary bowl is gone. And Hamgash's coughing hammer. And Colt's busted chainmail. I'm going now. You wait until we're done with you. Well, who's stolen these important artifacts? They're armed with stick shooters. The lads say they had wolfskins with them. They was hunters, was they? We don't know nothing more. We don't care none either. If we don't get the stuff back, there'll be Ragnarok. Arm a bleeding Geddon. Take care to get them. Will you withdraw if I bring back your stuff? Just bring them back. Then we're off. We're heading for the mountains again. Fair enough. Sounds like a plan. And you know, once they're gone, we have a nice cozy tower, vacant tower all to our own. So I'm chill with that. So all we know is that some hunters stole... they stole a bowl and some chainmail and something else that I did not quite catch. A hammer. So rotating bowl, a hammer, and some broken chainmail. which is apparently some holy relics of theirs. Oops, pardon that. Oh shit. I may have just spilled a whole bunch of stuff. Hang on a minute. Shit. Alright, well, I just spilled an entire glass of water at my feet. So, that's always good fun. I had to put down a whole bunch of towels, and now I can't really roll my chair over them, so I'm leaning forward in a position that's probably going to wreak havoc on my backbone, but oh well. Such is the price we pay for my stupidity. So yeah, this goblin, he seems to have a bit of a problem keeping his feet. But at least it's easy to keep up with him now. So since we know that some hunters took this stuff, let's just go around speaking to all the hunters that we can think of. Do not return without our stuff. Alright. Who should I talk to first? Well, I guess we'll just go straight to the hunters. Ones I can immediately think of, Bosfor, but he's not really a hunter, he's just a shopkeeper. There's Bartok, who I've not really even seen yet. Cavalorn's technically a hunter. He works for the Ring of Water now, but he was basically a hunter. That's kind of his area of expertise, but due to his time in the colony. And it's probably what he's fallen back on with, I believe his duties to the Ring of Water are pretty much over since the water mages have vacated Corinus for the most part. So I'm sure he's back to freelance hunting. It would make sense, would it not? Right, but before we do that, we're gonna bring in some daylight.